All right. First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who were well and who was worthy to be counted for double honors. Peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and full of the gospel. It's Brother Gabari from the Indiana camp coming back at you again with another sit down. All right, and this is my title of this video, the decline and fall of money. All right, or something to that effect at least. So I came over here to ChatGPT, and I asked it a question. I said, could physical money be obsolete in the future? And this is what ChatGPT had to say. It says, yes, physical money could become obsolete in the future, and we're already seeing signs of this trend in many parts of the world. However, whether it will become entirely obsolete depends on several economy, technological, and societal factors. Here are a breakdown of the key points, and then it goes into giving us breakdowns, which we're going to hit a few of them. It says why physical money could become obsolete. It says the rise of digital payments. See, so it says, what thing is going on with tap to pay, with using your card. Where now you can just use your phone. You don't even need a physical card anymore. With things like that constantly increasing in the modern day norm, you're gonna see the fall of physical money. Where you haven't even actually here in Indianapolis, you actually have some spots where it's called a cashless building. All right, which means everything that's in this building, you can't pay with physical cash. You need tap to pay or a credit card or something. They even have kiosks or stations for people to go put money on a card, and they'll spit you out like a little disposable debit card or something. You go put $20 in the machine, and the machine will put that $20 on a physical card, and it spits you out a physical card or whatever with a PIN number or whatever. But we're seeing society, we're seeing this world push more and more to a cashless society, because we already know what's it gearing towards. All right, now the reason that made me Google this, Google, not say Google, but ask ChatGPT this, is because I'm pretty sure brothers already see the discontinuing of the penny. All right, the penny is actually being discontinued by I forgot exactly what month, but it's supposed to be not being made anymore by 2026. All right, so, and that's just a snippet of what's soon to come. All right, and what's soon to come is the decline of the dollar itself. All right, where the physical dollar is not going to be worth anything, where you're going to have digital money. All right, and what the digital money is going to bring in is going to issue in the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, we're seeing society push more and more towards that with the grow of the digital coins. All right, and the crypto increasing. All right, we're seeing central banks, we're seeing governments who's running basically solely on crypto and the digital coin. You see. Let me read a couple of these. It says the rise of digital payments. It says mobile apps, cashless cards, and digital wallets like Apple Pay and Google Pay are replacing cash in everyday transactions. It says in countries like Switzerland and China, cash usage has dropped at minimal level. See, so in these countries where they don't even actually have actual physical money anymore, everything is gonna go back to what the RFID microchip, which is a mark of the beast, man. All right, and that's gonna be a one world currency. Everybody's gonna use the same exact currency worldwide. All right, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, the Lord had endowed us with this knowledge to already foresee this. All right, and warn the people of what's to come, man. All right. So, and because of this, we tell the people, hey, listen, you're not fit to be in that new society. Once Esau Edom start rolling down on people, and he starts to feel his enterprise. Matter of fact, let me grab it right quick, because that's actually his enterprise, man. All right, to what had to have the whole entire world chipped. It's in the book of Job. Yep. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. It says, he disputed the devices of the crafty. Who was the crafty? With the wicked elites or the elites of Esau Edom. All right. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. See, and what's their enterprise is to have everybody upon the planet Earth chipped. All right. But it says what the Lord is going to disappoint them. So he's going to come in and interject. You see, he's going to make a notion where, listen, it's going to be where he's not going to, matter of fact, let me keep going in that, when he's about to fill his belly. This is Job 20 and 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. See? So right when Esau is about to be filled, right when he's eating, right when he starts to start, people actually has a notion where it says, let him cook, which basically means let him, let him do his thing. So why Esau is cooking, why is Esau's doing his thing? That's when the Lord is literally going to come and interject. The Lord is going to come and disappoint him and disrupt what Esau Edom got's going on, man. So what? He's not going to be able to bring the entire world up under that cashless society, up under the RFID microchip. You see? Because that's what he thinks is going to be his end outcome. And really, to be honest, through the spirit, it all goes back to the Tower of Babel. Because what he's trying to make all people into one again. You know, he for some reason Esau has been having that notion since from the beginning. Making all people one, bringing every what is in what is it, the national anthem? No, the Pledge of Allegiance. What it says, one nation under God. So he's always had that notion, that mindset of making everybody one again. Or I can say again, making everybody one people. You know, and it's clearly for sure that the Lord is not with that. The Lord is not. It's completely against that plan, against that mindset. Making everybody one, making all people one, everybody equal. The Lord is not with that. The Lord had divided the nations numerous amount of times throughout the scriptures, man. So that just shows that the Lord is not with everybody being together. That's a cut on you Christians. It says central bank digital currency. It says many governments are exploring and piloting digital currency issued by central banks. And we see that. What that's why what Elon Musk is getting with Donald Trump. To making the what is it, the Doge. You know, um, entered into the central banks where now you can actually go in certain banks. If you have a bank or whatever, now you can actually buy uh, uh, um, some of these coins and use the and sell with some of these coins. You can actually go to you can actually go to certain stores and buy items with the with the I'm trying to think what crypto. I can think. I think it's universal crypto. I think all of it's called cryptocurrency. Where you actually can use it. You know, it says the cost and efficiency. It says physical money is expensive to produce, transport, and secure. See, and that's another trickery that he's going to use. Also, that's the reason why the penny is actually being done away with, because it's more harm than what it's worth. So called what they is what they say. They say it takes about, I think, was it 4 cents to make 1 penny. You know, so and for it to and for the value, the metal that the penny make, the value is not worth it no more. Nobody's using it. So the penny is pretty much worthless. So they're getting rid of it to basically cut back costs and save money. And then I was watching people commenting and basically seeing where was people mindset about this, and a lot of people was like agreeing with it. Like yeah, they should have been done this. Nobody uses the penny no more, and so a lot of people was on board with it. you know but he's going to use certain tactics, certain trickery to beguile the people, saying like, listen, money is, he's going to do the same thing when it comes to the rest of the coins, and then eventually the dollar itself, where he said, listen, paper money is expensive to produce, we don't, as a society, we don't even really use like that. Everybody either uses like they tap to pay on their phone or their card, or even they even have certain apps where you pay on an app, where you just scan a QR code, you go to the website and you pay on the website, and then you could just get up and leave, from your table. If you're at a restaurant, or if you're at a specific spot, so that we're seeing a society that's pushing towards a system that's convenient, and and I can say Jake, but this world loves conveniency. If something's convenient, if something is accessible, not too hard to do, people are going to gravitate towards it. And not only does the market of beast have your ways to buy and sell, but it also has all your information, as far as what your ID, your driver's license, what you're allergic to, what you're not allergic to, your medical history. All right, basically everything about who you are is going to be in that chip. You see, and all that's going to be for to beguile the people and to try to trick them into getting. Oh, you don't have to carry the wallet no more. Wallets are going to be obsolete. Purses might even be obsolete to a certain degree. You know, your whole entire livelihood, your whole entire inner being is going to be on that chip, where you don't have to carry around physical cards anymore. Where all that person has to do is just scan your wherever it's at on your body, and then boom, they can pull up everything about you. And also, it's also to be what completely and utter has complete and utter control over you as well. Because guess what? If you don't function around society, if you're trying to escape, you're not gonna have physical means to live no more. They could just shut your chip off, and then boom, you're literally exiled from society. You can't buy, you can't sell. Nobody's gonna rent a hotel to you. You know, if you ever see that the episode in Black Mirrors where everybody was going off of a ranking system, a ranking what is it everybody was how can I say, everybody was judging you, or everybody was treating you depending on your rank. I think it was like season 3, maybe season 4 of Black Mirror. Everybody was judging you off your rank, whether you're like a 4-star, 3-star. Basically, 1 and 2 stars are looked at like as parvish, low society members. Low 3 stars was looking at like basically middle class. You're kind of like somewhat in the middle. 4 was looked at kind of pretty highly. You had probably a good job, well respected in the community. High 4s, like 4.5 and above, was looked at almost like as a wealthy rich. And then of course you got the 5 stars, which was looked at as a super rich. But in that society that they showed you, that everybody judged you based off your ranking. So somebody might scan your thing and see, oh, you've been convicted about this, that, you're a scammer, your credit score is this, and so they're gonna probably just judge you off of that. And all your information is gonna go back to that. And this is what so-called Esau Edom, the so-called white man who is Esau Edom. This is his enterprise. This is what his end goal is to be. This is what he's been watering at the mouth for. Um, It says financial surveillance and anti-fraud. It says digital systems makes it easier to combat money laundering, tax evasion, and other, I don't even know how to pronounce that word, illicit activities, which basically I just talked about, man. So what? It ain't gonna be no more scammers. It ain't gonna be no more, tax evasions, money laundering, all that people trying to clean money. They come across some money, all stealing. Another thing is stealing. So really, to be honest, and that scamming is really going to get people to get on board with it, because once you don't have to worry about somebody getting your information and scamming you out of some money, people are just going to switch over just because of that alone. So scamming, he's going to beguile these people to really look forward to accept this device, and he's going to use all of this what ChatGPT is saying, to beguile the people and say, hey, listen, you don't have to worry about scamming no more. You don't have to worry about somebody taking your money. Tax evasion is going to be not no more. So people out here that not paying taxes, everybody's going to be able to contribute, which is going to make the society better. These are all sayings. These are all persuasions that this man is going to use to issue forth that chip to get as many people as he possibly can to take it willingly. And then guess what? When you have the resistance, when you have people who's not gonna want to listen to reason or not going to get down with his program, what's he gonna implement then? He's gonna start implementing draconian laws, and he's just gonna start forcing people to take it. All right. And if you don't want to take it, then guess what? Just off with your head then. He ain't finna sit here and fight going back and forth with you like, oh, I have rights and this and that. Or, all right, well, how about, all right, well, meet us in this tent right quick. Let's discuss it. And you ain't gonna see that individual leave back out. You know, they gonna off him and put him in a body bag. You know, this man is really finna start showing his horns as the day of the Lord draws closer and closer, man. As it says in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter. You know, he knoweth it, but he has but a short time, man. It says barriers to fully cashless societies. It says digital divide, privacy concerns, security risks. It says culture and physiological factors. It says what might happen instead. Rather than cashless become totally obsolete, it may become a nice option used only by a small portion of the population. Which is no, he's gonna eventually get rid of it. Because actually, if you look etymology of the word dollar means to fall. All right. In fact, let me grab that real quick. Let me see. Can I? All right. It says monetary unit and standard volume of the U.S. And let's jump down all the way down. It says to congruent with the English Dale. That's where it comes from. It comes from the word Dale or Deller. If you go back to the top right here, it goes back to the word Deller or English Dale. Which if you look at the word Dale, it says a level of generally sloping ground between low hills with a stream flowing through it. It says vale. It says Dale also means vale, valley, George, valley. Let me look. Go down. Hold on, let me go back real quick. I'll look at the word Deller. I think it's Deller. Deller, let's say. It's the monitoring use of the United States and Canada in 1550s. Deller, originally in England, the name of a large silver coin of a various. Okay, let's look at the word Deller. Let's found the definition. So many there's this name given meaning. Primarily, Deller means brave, violent, fearless. Deller. Famous for Deller can be given a nickname as brave. Spell modified to dollar. Hit Valley. It says valley. It says hollow, pit, or perhaps a substantium word provided by the notion. All right, whatever. I forgot exactly how I looked it up, but whatever. What was I getting into? Yeah, it says become a nice option used only by a small portion of the population. It says be retained as an emergency backup for times when digital systems fail. It says phased out gradually and un, and unevenly across different countries and communities. You know, basically, man, the dollar is going to be basically translated into cryptocurrency. You know, nobody's going to use it no more, and they're going to try to physically get rid of it in its entirety. All right. What was I going to say? And the penny, it being the first an actual physical source of money being discontinued, that's just a prelude of what's soon to come. All right. And that's all I had. Lord willing, after this video is edifying. Until next time, shalom.